Trump suing ex-British spy Christopher Steele in UK over P-tape dossier. Um, I think Trump should sue the government as well for pushing this fake P-tape stuff. They knew it was fake from the beginning, and they continued to push this fake stuff to try to get him out of office. It's despicable. But would you expect anything less from Hillary Clinton and her goons and the United States government? But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. And there's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store. Also, check me out at jjthepsychotherapist.com for news as well. All right, let's talk about this news. Former President Donald Trump has filed a lawsuit against former MI6 officer Christopher Steele regarding the infamous discredited dossier bearing Trump's name. At the age of 77, Trump has initiated legal action in the United Kingdom against Steele, who previously managed British intelligence Russia desk and Steele consulting firm Orbis Business Intelligence, according to a statement from attorney Tim Lowes. The lawsuit pertains to violations of UK data protection law resulting from Orbis inaccurately handling the president's personal data after the publication of the false Steele dossier, as stated by Lowes. The president's legal claim seeks remedies that include the correction or removal of inaccurate data within the Steele dossier and the payment of damages. A two-day hearing is scheduled to commence on October 16th, as reported by The Independent, referencing a high court order published on Thursday. Additional details about the proceedings are not currently available. But during the 2016 election campaign, the so-called Steele dossier circulated in political circles before being published by BuzzFeed News shortly before Trump assumed office in 2017. The document purportedly detailed Trump's close connections to Moscow and presented potential avenues through which the Kremlin could exert leverage over him. Now, remember how they were saying, oh, he could be extorted by the Kremlin and all that other stuff. But note all the stuff we got on Biden and his corruption and his links to China, but the news ain't reporting any of that or talking about he can be extorted by China, and they're not questioning how come it seems like everything Biden does helps the Chinese Communist Party. They don't talk about that, but they quickly to jump on this fake news when it came out years ago. But the most scandalous allegations was that Trump had paid prostitutes to urinate on a bed in a Moscow hotel room previously occupied by Barack and Michelle Obama, when the claim that the Russians possessed a recording of the incident. With the claim that the Russians possessed a recording of the incident. The initial report relied on anonymous sources and was compiled by Fusion GPS, which had been contracted by the Democratic National Committee and Hillary Clinton's campaign for the task. Federal investigators later used the information in the dossier as evidence to secure a surveillance warrant targeting Carter Page, a foreign policy advisor to the Trump campaign. I mean, it was just dirty stuff that they pulled. And the 35-page dossier was subsequently disavowed by senior FBI officials, with the Bureau's former Deputy Director Andrew McCabe informing lawmakers in November 2020 that he would not have authorized the Page warrant application if he had known the information was inaccurate. I mean, he knew it. I knew it. Well, furthermore, Igor Denisenko, the primary source of the document, faced 5 counts of making false statements to the FBI regarding the sourcing in the dossier, although he was ultimately acquitted, of course, following charges by special counsel John Durham. They used this guy. They knew it was fake. He's an FBI asset. They used Denisenko to make this stuff up. I mean, this all was based on circular reasoning. This whole stuff was, no pun intended, trumped up, and they knew it. The FBI knew it, but they went with it anyway. It still has maintained maintained a relatively low profile since the Dossier publication, occasionally emerging to defend his work. In March 2022, he stated, quote, "What is commonly referred to as the Dossier was in fact a series of individual source intelligence reports over time, almost like a running commentary on the election campaign and Russia's perspective on it." So it's a commentary that the FBI took as truth and went after Trump for. But he goes on to say these sources were Russian, reporting on how Russia perceived the situation, which could differ from the American perspective. So he's trying to cover his butt, but we all know they made this whole thing up to try to go after Trump. But let me know what you think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.